Top story tonight, reaction. Joining us now from Washington, Democratic Congressman Charles Rangel from New York. Okay, I have a series of very, very foolish questions. As you know, that's what I do here. First of all, you guys had the majority last fall. Could have passed the budget. You didn't. Why?
Well, we didn't get to it. We didn't do it. It was a political hot potato, but that has nothing to do about where we are today.
All right, well,
and whether or not we're going to have the government to close down.
Okay, hold on. You didn't get to it. I mean, this is big, the budget for the country. You could have had NPR and Planned Parenthood, but you guys didn't get to it? Didn't you foresee you were going to get your butt kicked in November?
Well, the truth of the matter is there was no up in November about whether or not we passed the budget. The budget is merely a guideline. It's not really the law. It's something that we should follow. But I think what we have to do is to really see whether the whole Congress is going to embarrass the nation and the world by not being able to clean up the mess that we have and move forward. That's the question.
Okay, but
not why the Democratic minority now, why they didn't do it before. The voters have spoken. They got a huge majority, and they've spoken. So that takes care of that for the last year.
But here's what I don't get. I think that every congressperson and senator should have the same goal. Big cuts in federal spending. Am I wrong?
No, of course that's the goal. But there are a lot of people down here that really don't understand the process. Coming down here in the House of Representatives, where you have a tremendous majority, and saying you got to cut everything that you want, doesn't mean that it's going to become the law. You know, the Constitution has two other groups here. One is the Senate, the other is the White House. So you can't say either it's my way or the highway. You have to negotiate. And unfortunately, there's some people who believe when they got elected that they made a promise to their electorate that compromising is a sin. And
okay,
as long as
and I understand that point.
Okay.
I get that point. But what we're seeing, though, is a continual resistance by the Democratic Party to the deep cuts that are necessary to get the nation back on the road to solvency. Look, I understand there are some.
Is not. I mean, we have already gone up to $73 billion.
That's nothing. $73 billion is nothing. That's no. Come on, look how much you're spending next year. It's record spending. Go back to 2008. Start there. That's my solution to the problem.
Well, Bill, you should know, and I know you do know, that just cutting spending doesn't mean you got to have savings. You just can't come in and slash and burn.
Why not?
And cut
Why can't you slash Planned Parenthood and NPR and these non-vital programs? Why can't you slash them?
Well, we're talking about health care. We're talking about education.
Well, health care is another matter.
Environment.
That has to look.
Okay.
Health care is another matter. That has to be taken very methodically because people's lives are affected. But nobody's life is affected by NPR. Nobody's life is affected by Planned Parenthood. These are options.
I am telling you that when you cut environmental programs.
Environmental programs are what? Trying to get climate control money? God controls the climate. Come on.
We are trying to make certain that we're no longer dependent on oil and that we don't put our men and women in harm's way, because every time there's a crisis going on in some country that has oil, somehow the Congress ignores the Constitution and allows the president to send out people.
Okay.
That's life and death.
Isn't it disturbing or discouraging to you, a man who has been in the House for more than 30 years, that every 2 years we hear, hey, you know, we got to get alternative energy? It never happens. Never. But you want more and more money on a phantom. It's a phantom.
I bet about 20 years ago we had a young Bill O'Reilly saying, I want to be a superstar, and people told you, it's a phantom, you'll never amount to anything.
But I did it on my own with no government subsidy.
Get out of here. The government there, they fought wars to make Americans safer. You, Bill, they've had
That's a stretch.
Social Security system.
Look, I want alternative energy.
Don't you tell me you did it on your own. Everybody comes to America to be a Bill O'Reilly or to hope and dream that the government didn't do
anything for me at all other than provide me a capitalistic system. That's what it did. But look,
you bet your life.
You don't want to cut Congressman to the extent that is necessary. Your party doesn't want to go down that road. I'll give you the last word.
We have already made substantial cuts. The major problem that we have is that there's some people, about 87 of the new Republicans, that believe that compromise, which is the basic of legislation, is a bad thing. They won't compromise and will never get anything done until they learn how to do it.
Good debate. We always appreciate you coming on the program, Congressman. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Right. Next on the rundown, new study says